Well, my trouble is hard, so hard. Well, my trouble is hard, so hard.
My name's Luke Gittos, and I'm here reporting for WORLDbytes and the Current Affairs Forum. We're here at the occupation of the Enfield branch of Visteon, which has been occupied by around 40 to 50 workers, demonstrating against the forced redundancies of around 200 workers at this individual plant. It mirrors occupations that have taken place in Belfast. We're going to talk to a few people and see what's going on.
Well, my name's Ravi, and obviously I've come down to support the workers here in their action to defend against the redundancies. The thing is that they've been told by Visteon in America, who the union leaders went over to meet, that there's going to be money on the table, but they haven't specified how much, and it's all a bit vague. There's supposed to be some deal on Tuesday, but the court orders for today, and there's been an overwhelming majority of people in there who voted to come out, because if they're staying after midday today, then they're breaking the law and they're liable to a criminal record. But it would seem that if they're going to come out and try and picket outside to prevent the company going in there, that's going to be far less effective than if they held the factory and tried to stop them from the inside. So tactically, I think it's a mistake that they should be coming out now.
And do you think there's any kind of way of garnering any sort of victory, and what do you think that victory might be?
Well, their aims are quite modest. I mean, if you look at it, they're talking about a redundancy package which reflects what the Ford workers would have got before Visteon split off as a separate company, which it's not, masses, but it's the fact that the company have rejected that is what's inflamed them. So it's a necessary kind of thing to stand up, because the recession is going to mean that more and more people are going to be hit, and you've got to make a stand somewhere. And the fact that those people have been prepared to take things into their own hands and to say, look, we're not prepared to stand for that, that's got to be a positive thing, which is why I'm coming down here to support them.
Ravi, thanks for talking to WORLDbytes.
My name's Carol Vincent, and a lot of people probably know me from Big Brother, but I'm here because I'm really pleased to see that these people are actually trying to save their jobs. Visteon came along with a dear colleague to all of them after a 6-minute meeting and gave them the push and said, right, you're sacked, and that's it. Within half hour, you've got no jobs. Well, they've got mortgages to pay, they've got children to feed and stuff like that. This is an unacceptable way of paying back your labour force who've built up your profits.
I've taken a day off writing essays to come and show my support for the Visteon workers. I think what they're doing is really inspiring, and I really hope that they're successful, because I think their struggle over jobs here is one that's going to be mirrored in across the country. And as someone who's going to graduate in the next few years during the recession, students, we're all really worried about jobs, and I think the struggle that's happening here is essentially the same thing that we're going to be facing when we graduate.
Well, what's happening here is absolutely fantastic. This is not the end of the battle. This is the bloody beginning of this battle. But we're not bloody well going to go away. The Unite Union and the people of this club, Belfast and Basden, till we get our full terms and conditions and our rights. And I thank you very much for all of your support.
You were inside the occupation, I gather, at the moment. Could you explain why exactly you're doing it?
Well, when I first came here, I joined here under Ford, and in 2000 they spun their parts off, which it was this, and they said that we would always have full terms and conditions for life, and they would have no compulsory redundancy thing. Well, this wasn't just a compulsory redundancy thing, this was a stab in the back, and that's not full terms and conditions. I mean, my pension's gone down the pan with it. And they even had the cheek to take my pension money out on the last lot of money that they paid into my account.
And so what was the purpose behind the occupation? What did it set out to achieve?
They want the tools out of here. This is what they want. And it was also to draw attention to it. It was to embarrass Ford to come to do something about it. I mean, because we know very well that Ford have got a share in Visteon. We know that. And it was to cause embarrassment and to get our just rights that we're all entitled to. I don't think there's many people in there, apart from a few, that haven't worked there less than 20 years. Everybody's sort of 20 years. I mean, I'm 31 years.
What do you think's next, both from the workers at Visteon's perspective and more broadly?
Well, eventually, in the long-term thing, you're going to have to sort of knuckle down, and a lot of them look for jobs, and which isn't going to be easy at all.
Yeah, my name's Paul Walker, and today we've just finished a rooftop demonstration to kind of protest against the way that this multinational company has treated us. Basically, we just want to get what's ours. We want a justifiable redundancy package. We was given nothing. We was given six minutes to leave the building, immediate redundancy, and that's it. So we're here for justice for ourselves.
What was the atmosphere like in there?
It's been fantastic. I'll tell you, there's been some... I knew they was great when I worked with them, but to see the guys up there night in, night out, day in, day out, you know, we was all there for each other, and we kept each other strong. You know, sometimes people would be flagging, you know, they're getting a bit blue, but like you'd kind of boost them up, and you know, it's a long wait, and we've got a little bit more waiting to do, but I think something good will come out of all this.
So just to pick you up on that, what exactly do you see as the best possible result?
Well, some of the older guys, their pensions are going to be taken away from them. They really need to have pensions. I mean, I'm 40, and I think I can sort myself out later on. You know, if they give me a reasonable sum to get my life back on track, then I think I'll be okay. But I feel sorry for a lot of these older guys that basically they've been robbed. They paid in for. I mean, my service, I've been here 24 and a half years, but there's a lot of people that have been here 30 years plus, and they was relying on them pensions because they was promised them pensions. They're not going to be there now, you know, so they need help.
And how do you think your occupation ties in with the public's reaction to the global economic crisis?
It's funny, where I was just a worker before, I came to work, I went home, didn't really pay much attention to everything, but my eyes have been opened up. I think now is the right time for all this sort of situation, with the banks that smucked up. The government's rewarded the banks by giving them more money. How the hell that works, I do not know. You know, there's a lot of people struggling, and it's only going to get worse. Something like this needs to happen. And, you know, I've got to honestly say, when I see a demonstration now, I'm going to want to know what it's about, and I'll give them my support. Because I didn't know before, I didn't understand. A lot of people, their eyes were closed, because we lived a very secluded life in this place. Everyone came in, no one came out. There was no redundancy, there was no one that left. Now, people want to know about the outside world. All these people come to help us for a reason, and you want to find out what them reasons are. You know, you just got to look at the flags and stuff around. People are interested and people support us, and you can't believe that. You know, it's fantastic.
Paul, thanks for talking for WorldWrite today. I gather you left at 12 o'clock today because you had an injunction taken out.
Yes,
were there any plans to stay in beyond that, or was that quite a unified response?
We were doing a peaceful demonstration. So all we want to do is, what we there, we want to stay in the laws there. All right, we want our rights as well, but we don't want to go over the law. Because everybody's there, they've got families, they've got children there, they've got a mortgage to pay. And nobody wants any sort of a conversation with the police whatsoever. So that's the only reason we said, no, we went in peaceful, we want to come out peaceful.
I'm Ron Clark, I've worked in the plant for 21 years. Last week, we was all pulled in to a room. We was given a letter. And I think we was there for about 6 minutes and kicked off the plant. Belfast, because this affects 3 plants, Belfast was already occupying then, and it gave us the inspiration to do that. It took a lot of organising, there made no doubt about that, but the solidarity of the membership, the people that worked there, was incredible. And it gathered momentum. We had such support from outside, it was unbelievable. We forced the company to the table. I don't know where that's going to lead to, but it's a major victory. Make no mistake, this is a major victory for people standing up for their rights. Because up and down this country, factory after factory has been closing down as manufacturing has been destroyed, and people have just walked away. But we're not going to walk away. This is a manufacturing country. It's always been a manufacturing country. And we've got to get back to manufacturing. And it's not just for the people here, it's not just for me. What about our children? Because at the end of the day, if there's no jobs in manufacturing, where are they going to go? And I can't add no more to that, to be quite honest with you. It's the feeling.
Ron, thanks very much for talking to WorldWrite.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Yes, indeed, my trouble is hard.